So today we are moving on to Unit 4, which we are doing Lesson 4.1, which has to do with something called the angle addition postulate, which means we're basically taking some angles and we're adding them together, and we're going to be able to solve some problems using this postulate, okay? So let's jump into that. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at are some key points of what we're going to be looking at. So first thing we're looking at, it says the vertex is the middle letter of the angle named with three different letters. So what we mean by that is if I was to draw an angle, meaning if I had an angle like so, okay, and we had a point here, we have a vertex here, and we have a point here, and let's go ahead and say this is A, B, C. So there's actually two different ways I could read this. I'm going to read it in order. So A, B, C, that's three letters with the vertex in the middle. So this could be angle ABC, or I could do it backwards, CBA, or angle CBA. So those two can be named in two different ways. And if you look, the B, which is my vertex, is in the middle. Again, vertex is the middle letter of the angle named with three letters, okay? Angles can be named with one or three letters. So that means if I have an angle here and there's not necessarily just one angle and my vertex is C, this could be named angle C if I wanted to, okay? But if it has three different letters, meaning A and B here, then I could name it angle ACB. So again, if it's just the letter by itself, it can be named with one letter, or it can be named with three letters listed there, okay? And lastly, angles are made up of two intersecting lines or rays. So with that being said, if I have an angle here with two rays going off of it, this is an angle. Or if you have two lines that are intersecting, multiple angles are being created off of that. So again, angles are made up of either two intersecting lines or two rays. So we're trying to look at angles and how they're defined, okay? So let's go ahead and jump into our angle addition postulate by looking at example number 1. Okay, so right now on example number 1, it's asking me what is the measure of angle ABC. So again, we're gonna go look at the angle ABC here and how we determine that. Okay, edit that. Okay, so we're looking at angle ABC. So that means I'm going to follow it in order. So right now this is A, this is B, and this is C. So right now, if you can see, the red angle right now is what I'm trying to find. So if you look, there's actually two other angles being formed, A, B, and C. And if you see that, I'm going to trace these angles. If I go from A to B to D, and then if I go from C to B to D, I have two different angles. I have this angle here, and I have this angle right here. So both of those angles are combining together to be ABC. So literally all I have to do is add those two angles together because that's what is going to be ABC. So let's go ahead and write that out visually so we can see it. So right now, angle ABC is equal to ABD plus CBD. So ABC is being made up of those two angles. So literally, in order for me to find ABC, I'm going to plug in what both of those are equal to. So ABC, or angle ABC, is going to be equal to 64 plus 28. So literally all I have to do is add those together. So 8 plus 4 is going to be 12, carry the 1, so 7, 8, 9. So angle ABC, 2 degrees, not 97. That was my fault. It should be 92 degrees, okay? All right, so let's jump over to example number 2. All right, guys, so looking at example number 2, it's asking me what is the measure of angle ZYW. So again, I'm going to follow my lines here, or my points, and I'm going to find out what angle I'm trying to find. So Z Y to W is what I'm trying to find. So this is going to be my question mark, or my X that I'm going to end up finding, or my variable, whatever you want to say, okay? So with that being said, I know the concept of the angle addition postulate is XYW, which is the whole angle, is made up of two other angles, correct? And so in order for me to visually see that, XYW is going to be a addition of these two angles put together, okay? So let me go ahead, I'm just going to write that over here. So XYW is going to be equal to XYZ plus ZYW. So again, this right here, the whole thing is a combination of XYZ and ZYW, these two angles added together. So now I'm going to plug in what I know. So right now if you look, XYW is 102, so this right now is 102. XYZ is going to be 76, and then ZYW is my unknown. I don't know that, so I could represent that as any variable. I'm just going to put it as X. So literally all I have to do is solve for X now. So right now I is a positive 76, so all I have to do is subtract 76 on both sides, okay? So right now, 102 minus 76. 102 minus 76 is going to end up giving me 26. So X is going to be equal to 26 degrees, which means ZYW is going to equal 26 degrees is what I'm trying to find. Because if I added 76 and 26 together, that would give me 102. So this is how you would use the angle addition postulate, because I'm adding those two angles together. Let's jump over to example number 3. All right, so let's look at example number 3. So it's asking what is the value of X, and it's given me the measurement of D, G, and F. So before I even start with plugging in numbers, we need to understand the angle addition postulate again. So remember, this entire angle right now is being split up into two other angles, which are these two angles right here, correct? So basically the whole angle is going to be an addition of these two angles here. So we need to see that, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and write that out so we can see it. So right now, that means the whole angle, which is DGF, so DGF is going to be equal to these two angles put together. So DG and E plus EG and F. So I can write this in any way. So literally all I have to do is plug in what I know and then solve for what I don't know. So I know DG and F is 126, so 126. I know DG and E is 2x plus 1. And I know EGF is going to be 43, so plus 43, because I'm adding those two together. So all I got to do is combine like terms and then solve for x. So 43 plus 1 is going to end up giving me 44. I'm going to subtract 44 on both sides, so it's going to cancel. So 6 minus 4 is 2, 12 minus 4 is going to end up giving me 8, and then I'm going to divide by 2 on both sides. So 82 divided by 2 is going to end up giving me 41. So in order for me to be able to find x here, I would plug in 41, then those two angles are going to add up to 126. So right there, ladies and gentlemen, the angle addition postulate gave me the value of x by plugging that in, okay? All right, and so lastly, that takes us to our challenge question. So remember, this challenge question is a gauge to see if you are ready to move on to your skill check. Meaning, if you can work this on your own and you know what you're doing here on this problem, you can go ahead and move to your skill check and get it unlocked by me. If you don't know what's going on this challenge question, call me over. I can come and help you and kind of do a couple examples to help you out. If not, you can also go do some of the quizzes problems or the Blue-Kit problems to help you out. Other than that, if you are needing help in general, call me over and good luck.